At Home with Lucas here. So today we're going to be talking about the eufy L60 robot vacuum. Yes, people, I got my hands on this super budget-friendly robot vacuum, but this thing has a lot of tricks up its sleeve. It has some amazing suction. It has the ability to use its iPath to navigate around your house. So it's gonna use some form of LiDAR to map out everything and fully vacuum to the very edge, or at least that's what we hope. This thing also has an amazing 120-minute battery time, so you're gonna be able to use this thing to vacuum pretty much your entire house on one battery, but it can go back to the charge super easily, so you're not gonna have to worry about it running out of battery and just sitting somewhere. This thing also has the ability to climb up to 20 millimeters. Yes, people, it actually can raise itself up and climb over things. This thing also has Boost IQ technology, which means it's going to be able to go from hardwood to carpet and switch up the suction. But the main thing is gonna be, is this too cheap for what you're getting, and are they cutting corners on some of the tech inside? That is gonna be my biggest test for this vacuum. Is it going to actually function, or is it gonna cause you a massive headache? We're gonna find all of that out and more in this video. So in this video, we're doing a hands-on with the box, quick unboxing and first impressions on said eufy robot vacuum. After that, I'm gonna be putting this bad boy to the At Home Lucas test to figure out, is it something you should buy or maybe skip altogether? I'm here for you, so don't have to waste your time buying and returning. All right, let's go ahead and jump into it. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at this bad boy right quick. So this is the eufy. I've actually never said that word out loud. I've had their products for a long time. This has 5,000 PA of suction, people. That is awesome. It does have its own version of LiDAR. I'm just gonna call it LiDAR. They call it iPath Lazer Navigation. It's LiDAR. It's pretty simple. And then of course it's room mapping, which is really, really awesome. Definitely gonna be putting that to the test for sure. And this is the L60. This is actually the first eufy product I've reviewed on this channel. All right, let's go ahead and get inside the box. All right, that is everything that's in the box. You have your instructions, you have your little razor cutter right here to cut the hair, and you have a brush on that side. And then of course you have their charging station. This is a bizarre one because it looks like it just backs into it, because this is the front right here. I don't see any charging pads. It just backs into it and just, there's no bottom to it. Usually there's something on the bottom. Oh, there's a sticky. Wow, okay, there is a sticky on the bottom to hold this into place, because this thing has to put pressure up against here to lock it into place. I don't like that. I also don't like the fact that it has a very cheap cord. Look at that. That is crazy cheap, and it already looks like it's bent in a very bad way just right out of the box. Remove sticker before use. Okay, let's go ahead and walk around this bad boy right quick. So it has a bunch of protection on it. Okay, so those are the charging bars, I'm gonna call them. Those are not pads. Those are like straight up bars that have to clip onto here. So this is really weird. I've reviewed a lot of robot vacuums. I've never seen that before. This is sort of piano black. This is sort of matte finished. There's the name of the company right there. They even put a sticky over the E. Like, what? And it didn't even come all the way off. This is the Pet 1. All right, so we'll take this off of here.
Oh, it's my pet.
Also, don't know why the buttons need to be protected. That's very strange. I do like that the bump bar up here is protected, so you can take that off. That's interesting. That's orange inside of there. Okay, so that must be a filter of some sort. And then you have a protection on this side, so that basically stops it from bumping a billion times during shipment. There's another filter over here, it looks like. So the way you open this is you have to have a giant hand that can pinch the two. I cannot, and my hand is not tiny, but it's not the... Okay, it looks like you can open it from either side. All right. Then there's some instructions right here, and then you open it up to show... Okay, so this is basically like the Shark. This is exactly what the Shark has. So there's their LiDAR right there, their navigation. It even has that standard clicky for all navigation. Okay, take a look at the bottom. This is looking even more like a shark. So it looks like they basically are just ripping off a shark mixed with a few other robot vacuums out there. But this whole setup right here is exactly how the sharks are all set up. There's your brush right there. I really like that. It's a good brush. It has rubber and it has bristles, so that's nice. You have a single brush over here. You have your dual wheels, and then you have your stair sensors. So it looks like there are only 3 drop sensors on here. Okay, so the bottom looks familiar. It looks like a few robot vacuums were Frankenstein together to make this. Okay, coming up, we're gonna get this thing a home and get this thing reviewing. Okay, there's 2 things that I still don't like. Number 1 is this cable is very strange and it's really, really cheap. I think if you tugged on that hard enough, it would just break. It is literally the cheapest cable you could possibly buy, and it just looks terrible. I just have to say, that looks absolutely terrible as a dock. Just, it does not look like anything to even look at. It looks like something you'd want to hide. The second thing is the sticky on the bottom means you can't just move that. So you're basically sticking it down. You're possibly going to have sticky residue if you do move it. I have a little baby boy. He's going to come along and he's going to tug at this and he's going to rip it off. So it's going to last for a very short amount of time before it gets pulled up, and then you're going to have to stick it back down. So that is really, really terrible. Once the sticky runs out, you're going to have to go and buy another sticky to put down. So really poor job on the dock, I have to say. Okay, let's see how easily we can connect this. Wow, that was actually very easy. Okay, let's see how this vacuum works. Oh, there's an upgrade.
Please wait, system updating.
This is hilarious. I like the fact that the vacuum is talking to me every step of the way. That's pretty cool. Let's just go ahead and start the quick mapping. Here it goes. All right, that shot out of there pretty quickly. And it's using the LiDAR right now. So in theory, it should map this room very, very fast. That would be my guess. Because it's basically shooting out the LiDAR right now, and it's hitting back on all the things in the room, telling it everything really fast. So this is why you buy a LiDAR versus a Roomba. Roomba does not use LiDAR as far as I know. Okay, that's interesting. It didn't go that way, but it definitely mapped that, or at least the LiDAR shot into the kitchen that way. Wow, this thing is moving very fast. Okay, it's doing a really good job of room mapping so far. Okay, just like the shark, this thing backs into place. I like how the lights are flashing. That is hilarious. Okay, let's talk about room mapping. So this thing maps out rooms really, really well, and that's because it has the iPath, or in other words, LiDAR. If you get a vacuum that doesn't have that LiDAR on top, that little hockey puck looking thing, you're not going to get good room mapping. It's going to take a lot longer. This one was laser fast, literally laser fast. Did an absolute phenomenal job first try. And as you move stuff around your house, it's going to continue to remap and readjust. So it's always going to be changing a little bit. And I love the fact you can see eufy is just paused right there, which is really awesome. So the room mapping is amazing. The zones are amazing. The room cleaning is amazing. Everything about this app is super, super simple, which is quite awesome because it's a part of this other app over here where all of these seem to be really problematic. It never can tell me if this is actually on or off. So they really hit it out of the park with the robot vacuum, and I have to give them praise for that. The scheduling is great. You can just jump straight into here and you can make your schedules. I have mine running at 222 in the AM. For some reason, I love my vacuums to run at night when I'm asleep. It's really, really cool. So that's awesome. The scheduling works perfectly. You can check your cleaning history really fast. And this is my boy right here. He's been turning these things on and off constantly. You can go into manual controls right here, so you can use it literally like an RC car, which is really, really cool. You can have your voice volume. So I had to turn mine down a little bit because it was a little tinny, so I turned it down. And there it goes. You got your robot settings right here. So you have a bunch of different settings you can do. Of course, you can get your firmware update, which is great. I've already had 2, I believe. And then, of course, you can manage your maps. So this is my upstairs when it ran. Or no, this is downstairs. I don't know what that is. But anyways, you can manage your maps here. So if you go to a different floor, you can just simply add, you could say, you know, floor 2. So really, really cool. It can do multi-maps. So that's awesome. Jump back out of there. So yeah, very easy to control, navigate, change. I was able to actually edit my rooms and make this living room and dining room. That was one thing. It thought it was all one big room, and then I made this entryway. So that was really easy. I was able to put little dividers in the rooms. So all in all, room mapping, amazing. This app works perfect. You can just simply change your mode right here. So if you want to turn on Boost IQ, turn it off, change your suction, and you'll hear a sound on the robot vacuum, which is really cool, telling you it's entered into the new suction. And then of course you can do customize, which is great. So there you go. In a nutshell, that's the app. It's good. It's not the best, but it's not terrible. Okay, so I just heard a really weird sound. This thing has been up in our master bedroom vacuuming, and just heard a really weird sound. Let's go ahead and flip it over. That is an old iPhone cable right there that was plugged into my wife's side table. Wow, it actually crossed over. Oh my gosh. Wow. That is bananas, people. That is bananas. Luckily, I can just take this off really fast and get it out in a matter of seconds, which is really good. And then just simply pop it right back in. And just like that, we're back up and running. So never try to pull out hair or cables. Just take it out real fast, real easy. No harm, no foul. We're going to be putting this to the pretzel test. So these are probably some of the more extreme things that you're going to be sucking up with this vacuum. Whoa! 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 Okay. That is bananas, people. Look at how big these pieces are, and this is the smaller of the pieces. That is incredible. Let's check the bin.
Dustbin removed.
Whoa! These rollers, the suction, everything about this just launched everything into there. That is amazing. I'm gonna give that true 5-star for suction. That is really awesome. Okay, I got some oats right here. Let's see how much it actually cleans. Wow, that is pretty good. It didn't do a lot of flinging either. That is quite amazing. It's picking up a good amount. It's not flinging it around. Right, let's test the 20 millimeter climb. So I don't know if this is exactly 20 millimeters right here, but this is the biggest little ledge we have in the house. So let's see how well it climbs over it. Wow, I say that's a success. One more. No problem. That's awesome. Okay, so I literally followed this thing all around my house, from the linoleum to the hardwood to the carpet, to try to see if the Boost IQ was actually switching from hardwood to carpet, and I could not find a good point where it actually switched. It actually would start off very, very loud, like it was at max suction, and then it would go down a little bit quieter on the carpet, which is super confusing because it takes more suction to clean carpet than it does tile or hardwood or linoleum. So I was very confused. I couldn't figure out what was going on. I even went into the app, I adjusted the settings in the app, it still did not change anything. And I've dealt with vacuums before. The moment you go from hardwood to carpet, it literally goes into overdrive. This one did not do that at all. So I would say the Boost IQ in my testing was not functioning, or maybe I had missed something, but I really don't think I did. So I was a little bit disappointed in that because that was something I was looking forward to a lot. I love when a vacuum goes from carpet to hardwood and it drops in suction. All right, let's talk about how well it is at cleaning the carpet. So I'm gonna say that it's definitely not 5 out of 5 stars in terms of cleaning the carpet. It does a good job, even on max suction. It doesn't really get the carpet super fluffy and really nice, and that's just the roller doing its job. It does make straight lines pretty good, I have to say, very well, and it navigates pretty awesome. So it is definitely like a 4 out of 5 stars when it comes to carpet cleaning, but for the price, that's really amazing. Okay, I've been using this vacuum for long enough that I think I have a full star rating for you guys, and let's just start off with the build quality. So this thing is built really solid. It definitely is a little bit Frankenstein together, but nonetheless, it's built really well, and it navigates really nicely. It has a great way of going around all the edges. As you can see here, it's going around my desk chair perfectly. So it really does a great job of making sure it doesn't miss the corners, it doesn't miss the edges, and it really basically just does a great job vacuuming. So it's really a good vacuum. It has good navigation, so it's going to know where it was, it's going to get back to it, and it has a slight obstacle avoidance. It's very nimble, so it's gonna like be very gentle with things, but as you can see here, it's going to bump into stuff in a minute, and that's just basically because it's not got obstacle avoidance built in like some of the other vacuums out there, but that's very minor what it's doing. It does a little bit more to this toy here where it kind of just bashes it a little bit and moves it around, and it's going to actually do that quite a few more times. So without obstacle avoidance, it's basically, you know, just going to bump into stuff. But for the price, the LiDAR is amazing. The ability for it to go around objects like this right here and see how it does that little bounce around it, that is really good for cleaning. So it's going to make sure it's not going to miss a single crumb. So it does a great job of actually vacuuming, navigating, going around things, and it doesn't beat itself up. A lot of vacuums will just beat themselves up over time. This one looked brand new after a month of use, so it really did a good job. Now, as far as carpet cleaning, it's not going to make your carpet look super clean. It's going to make semi-straight lines, and you're going to see a little bit of the lines when you walk in the room, but not much. It doesn't have a dual roller, and it doesn't have the type of roller that's really going to put those beautiful carpet lines in your carpet. So the vacuuming, the roller is not 5 out of 5 stars at all, but it is very high up there. And for the price, it's absolutely amazing. The battery life is 100%, 120 minutes. The ability to change the suction is really cool, so you can adjust the suction. The Boost IQ, I never could get it to work perfectly. I don't know what was going on with it, but in my testing, it just did not work. So all in all, I think this is a great vacuum, and for the price, you really can't go wrong. The app works. I was scared the app was going to be terrible. App was not terrible. The vacuum was not terrible. The dustbin collected a lot of dust, a lot of debris. So I'm going to give this thing a solid 4.3 star rating, and I'm going to say for a budget-friendly vacuum, this is 5 stars, but it is limited in a few ways, so it's going to get a 4.3 as a robot vacuum. All right, there you go. That is the eufy L60. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, definitely click to click that like button and smash that subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.